Okay, chocolate. That's the #1 thing that I want everybody to sample tonight. And if you don't want to eat it, you don't have to. But it'd be a good idea for you really to try this. This isn't regular chocolate. It's called heirloom. Do people, did you know really what heirloom versus hybridized versus GMO foods are and the differences? Does anybody know that? Because these are very basic things, but you know, basic things sometimes in the beginning of what we feel is a confusion about health is sometimes, that's what this whole idea is about, is to be able to see if we can unravel some of the confusion about very simple things. Very simple. The basis of everything we're going to talk about tonight is getting back to nature, getting back to a naturalistic lifestyle, getting away from chemicals, synthetics, hormones, antibiotics, a host of different myriad of 80,000 chemicals that are basically legal to put into the system. So when you go to just when you go to places like Whole Foods and it says conventional, what do you think conventional means? When you see, like on food, it says conventionally grown, that means anything goes, pretty much. So, I mean, it's really important to find out that, you know, a lot of people come up to me and they say, Doc, you know, I have a problem with this disease, or I have this and I have this. How about it's all the same stuff? It's disharmonic to your bioelectric, your field, that makes it so your cells can't reharmonize themselves and reproduce themselves in a perfect holographic form. See, we're just batteries, aren't we? You ever seen the movie The Matrix? Okay, when Morpheus holds up the battery and he says, they use you for this. Okay, remember that, the machines? We're going to talk about some different things, you know, and I'm just, again, because I like to talk about really being real. I'm just a student like everybody else. Some people say, oh, you're an authority. No, I'm just a student growing at my level. Yeah, I went through 3rd grade, I went through 4th grade, 5th, and each grade has its own things that you learn it. But once you pass that grade, you go to the next one, and then it's a brand new grade, and you're starting all over again, isn't it? So I'm like in maybe the 10th grade right now. I've been researching this, and really, I've spent personally over $1 million playing around, researching all different types of things that really there is not one specific thing that's wrong with the system. Most of it is all wrong. Okay, so once you see that, then what you want to do is you want to do this idea called the lifestyle transition. You want to optimize your health and wellness only by changing things over for this, for that, for tit for tat, as I say. You're going to upgrade your lifestyle. So most people say, how do I upgrade my lifestyle so it's easy? This is the 3 E's I go by. Okay? Very simple. And if I can get you to follow the 3 E's, you'll do it. If it's easy, will you do it? Yeah? Okay, that's the first part. If it's efficient, will you do it? It's more better than what you're doing right now, then what would you think? Of course. Easy, efficient, and most important, economical. Okay? Everybody who's here tonight has a free membership to our club. Our club is wholesale. It's not really liked too much in the retail world. The way I look at it as a doctor, I've seen a couple 100,000 patient visits over 15 years. And you can't help anybody. All you can do is give the tools for people to want to help themselves. And make reasonable and logical ideas on why you want to do it. Because if not, you're just changing from one horse to the next just because why? You're searching for something. So if it makes reasonable, that's what we're going to show you here. We're going to show you some reasonable and logical ideas. Okay, that's the whole idea. People really have a confusion of a lot of the different things that are being thrown at you today. Everybody wants to sell you something, don't they? This is going to help you. This is going to cure you. This is going to change your life. Okay, great. Sounds like a cheap multi-level marketing idea. So what we really want to bring to you is the effect of, we've got about 100 products here. And these products are here not to add to your lifestyle, they're here to exchange into your lifestyle. Look at the state of the union right now. 75 million diabetics, 50 million people on Prozac, Zoloft, and Paxil, 80% of the population that are what's called 15 pounds plus overweight, and I don't call it that, I call it toxic. So body fat is just a creature, it lives in toxicity, and it's very simple to see. Don't try to starve these creatures. All you do is terrain modify them, and that's what we're going to talk about today, is terrain modification. Anybody ever heard about that? How many people have not heard about terrain modification? Okay, a little easier. Okay, terrain modification. Now, let's understand what that means. It's very simple. If we wanted to terrain modify the grass, what would we do? We just keep cutting it every week? Because that's insanity, isn't it? We're trying to, what, stop the grass growing, but every week it gets 15 minerals at least, and it gets a little water and some sunlight, and what it does is it just keeps producing, doesn't it? Okay? If we terrain modify the ground, we can change the way the grass grows by changing its water supply, by changing its light supply and its mineral supply. And that's the same exactly for what's happening with us at this time. See, if we lose our minerals, we get sick. Do you know what kind of food you're buying at the store right now? If it's traditional, conventionally grown food, how many minerals? I'm going to ask some questions here once in a while, and I just want to see what kind of, because last time, Robin, remember you had a lot of people that really knew a lot of things, which is cool, because they help everybody, because it really feels like you're on the right path when other people are actually coming up with some of these ideas. So I'm going to jump around a little bit at first, because the picture's big. It goes from the smallest of smallest to the biggest of biggest. And if we can go ahead and actually see both sides of the fence, then we'll come back to the present for a little while here, and we'll really get into, really, how does this affect us in this day and age, and how could we really do something about it instead of just talk about it. Remember, it's problems, reactions, and not just solutions, but simple solutions. Very simple. And remember, once you get sick, it's a problem, because that means you have to have, now, you have to do things today. Transmission falls out, what do? You call up your whoever you need, the call phone, and you get towed. Depending on what your insurance card says, oh, you can only go 5 miles because your AAA card, oh, you have the special AAA, it goes 100 miles. Okay? What kind of insurance do you have? Remember, it's not health care insurance, it's sick care, because you don't use it for health care, you only use it to get sick. And if you go to the hospital, let me tell you, going in that hospital, my mom went in and she never came out. So you got to really watch iatrogenic disease, and that means hospital caused. So everybody in this room right now has what's called an immune system. You ever heard of that? And the immune system can be terrain modified, because if your immune system is strong, it doesn't matter if you have a sickness, it doesn't matter if you have bacteria, it doesn't matter what you have that a lot of people are scared of, because your body is strong. It can't anchor. So what we're really trying to understand here is there a way that we could upgrade our DNA to be able to take a certain fuel source? Let's say, for instance, you want to put in super fuel in your car. Do you think you can just put it in? Remember the old days, you had your stuff, you had to adjust the carburetors, maybe change the jets. You had to do a couple of upgrades on the car to be able to make it so that car could actually synthesize the new fuel. Remember that? Anybody ever heard of that? Okay, so wouldn't you think it's the same for this machine, since it's been eating genetically modified foods for many years? Genetically modified foods are sterile foods. That's what that means. GMO means genetically modified organism. Hybridized means that you take a banana and you stretch it out. You take an apple and you stretch it out and hybridize it. You take cacao and you stretch it out. Hybridized means this is why you do it. It's called money, the bottom line. The tree produces more. And if it produces more, what do you think happens to the plant? It spreads the minerals out less and causes the plant to become very weak. You eat the plant and you become weak like the plant. You are what you eat, end of story. This is very basic. We're going to get into some of these simple parables. You just have to put them into today's world. You are what you eat. Okay? We're going to say this several times. So what does that mean? It's not only that. That's what, remember Hippocrates, these different guys came up with these really cool sayings. And it's not only what you eat, it's but what you drink, it's what you breathe. It's sticking cell phone transmitters, or what's called microwave transmitters, up to your head. It's having certain types of things in your mouth. Someone here just got back from Dr. Morales'. Who was that? There we go. Was that easy? Okay, you went ahead and changed your mercury fillings or your porcelain fillings, and you replaced them with amethyst and or crystals. I put 50-50 in mine. Is that what you did with yours? Oh, just quartz? Okay. The crystal is number 8 in hardness. Diamond is 10. This is the #1 problem why anybody who gets a sickness is from right here. #1. Don't believe it? Look it up. Got a root canal? Got a problem. Each tooth is an organ. Okay, so if that's true, let's get another show of hands. How many people have been penetrated by the dentist? What? How many people have been penetrated? I mean, let me get them way up there. Okay, again, how many people haven't been penetrated by the dentist? Let me see another show of hands. Boy, you're good. Okay, how many people haven't been worked over by the dentist by one penetration of one hole in the tooth? And we're not bagging on dentists. Again, this is just a common occurrence where most disease starts right here. This is the supercomputer, as above, so below. And if it gets perverted here, it just perverts everything below. It's very simple. You want to clean your life up? What do? Start from the top. And you start from the easiest thing. Food is the simplest thing to clean up your act with. Fluids, simplest thing to clean up your act with. This is hard. Because people say, I just spent $5 grand, I went to the doctor, I took out my mercury fillings, I put in porcelain. Who knows what porcelain is? Sounds cool, porcelain, toilets, got little figurines and all kind of stuff. What's porcelain made out of? Aluminum, ceramic, okay? So you don't want aluminum oxide in your mouth because that's not cool either, especially if you're putting cell phones up to your head, or especially if you live in the city when there's electrical magnetic frequencies, RF frequencies, and ionization frequencies that use this thing in your mouth as an antenna. Not so good. So you talk about a perversion, and that's an ugly word. Number one perversion I see out of everything, forget the foods, forget killing animals, forget about all this stuff, is the mouth. This is the number one thing I could tell you if you want to really change your life. You change your food supply to superfuels, not superfoods, superfuels. You can't just do it. Your microbes, yeast, mold, fungus, all these anaerobic things that live in our bodies, they will not put up with a massive snap change. You have to do a terrain modification. You slowly bend these things to be able to change you into another being, because they have to change with you. If you think you're going to fight these, we're going to show you some. Does anybody really know parasites good here? Has anybody studied parasites real well? Let me see. How many people really studied parasites? Okay, because parasites are elusive. Look how many people. We've got one person in here studying parasites. They're elusive, aren't they? And everybody in here is loaded full of them. Wow. Is it maybe because they don't want you to know, or they don't want you to be able to actually think this way? I'm going to show you. I'm an esotericist, like Brian was saying. I talk behind the veil a little bit. Once we get going here, it'll be a little better. I got to feel everybody's. Everyone's got a tune going, so we all got to get in tune a little bit. We all want the same things. We all want healthy, wealthy, happy, and wise, don't we? Just simple things. If no matter where you travel on the planet, I don't care if it's China, India, Mexico, we all want to take care of our families at the lower levels. At the larger levels, we can see that humanity needs everything the same. So then what's the problem? Why are there, remember, 3 billion people on this planet that don't even have electricity? And on our side of the fence, it looks like we're living pretty high on the hog here. We don't know how to make power. We don't know how to grow our own food. We don't know how to take care of ourselves health-wise. We have no idea how to process our own waste. We're called earthlings. We've been trained to become this. So this is what's happening now. We're all wanting to become earthers. We want to change our status. And part of changing your status is not from the outside first. You have to go inside. All this ascension is really cool, but it's wrong. It's inscension. You have to go inside first, restructuralize your DNA, and you must then, secondarily, you command exterior sustainability. Once the interior body becomes sustainable, then the exterior body becomes, it's just what it is. You can't change it. It's part of your program now.